All right, y'all, let's get into the Christmas stars that have been shown in the past and the birth of the man-child that's coming within the population of the world with the things that are going to unfold upon this earth. And as the age of Pisces is wrapping up, we have the age of Aquarius that started around the year 2000, which is when the millennium started. So this is where we have a new age upon man setting up. We have a new time, and Uranus is in the sky for the next year, and it's coming for Gaia, and that's the GA for the George AI, and it's also the George AI is where that Hitler population comes to rise, where you're tattling on your friends, see something, say something, those types of things, where society is ruling society, and everything's connected in one hive and those types of things. These aren't good or bad. This is just the control of the light, and the old light has kind of all been gathered as the Christ session in the right hand. This is where the armies have gathered in many cases, and then they're going to write in the right hand to buy and sell, to worship his name and number, his way or message. And then that's where the Abaddon and the Abaddon have come. They've had the keys to the pit, and they've been crowned with the corona, and the serpent has bit. So as the right has been gathered, that old age is being done away with. So there's different levels on different things going on, and as the Christmas star was shown in different ways as the spiritual is unfolding into the carnal, and I'm going to get into these a little bit, because right now we have the so-called Jupiter and Saturn going to line up for the election. And those rings, those panda rings that Kamala is doing, and the panda that Biden is seeing for Halloween, and then the pandas that are given from China to America, all these things are going together in that bamboo for that scary season time frame. So we've been tracking the nativity scene. We might be seeing a reversal in a way, to where that Halloween may be coming for the old Saint Nick for that Hanukkah time frame, and then that Janukkah. The things that are playing out now with the election, well, we're getting ahead of myself here. Let's get back to the Christmas stars, because in 2017, when the woman was covered in the sun and the projection in the sky, we seen the dawn, the morning star rise, speaking blasphemies and news that we've gotten into in the past. And he came after that dark sun, the Obama, that was part of the Obama nation, and the holy place in one segment, and we're going to have it compound. And then the election, that election day is a so-called holy place. The Capitol is a holy place. The court building is a holy place. All the hospital, the church, all these things are holy places. Okay, so we can expect candles to go out in these, and when they go out, that lower chakra, the mark of the beast, which is that ox, eagle, or lion, okay, they're going to rise and control the man, because the man doesn't have dominance over those beasts within him. And as well as the four horsemen of the four heads, and the four heads is, oh, I'm for that guy, I'm for that guy, or whatever. Okay, so the X is also the T. Well, the X takes you to one of the four corners there. the T, the cross, lets you go north and south. It doesn't send you to the X basically sends you to the wings of the dragon that are there waiting to gather. And then that's the left and right, the right and wrong, the blue and red. So as they're gathered, the cross, the T, is where Calvary is on your head, and then that's where you can stay on the back of the dragon. All right, because the beast of the earth, the beast of the sea, the dragon, the Lucifer, the Satan, the Jesus, they're all aspects within us. Okay. So the Christmas star in 2017 was shown by a movie, the projection, the star, a nativity scene of Jesus in this cartoon. So that would also the cartoon, the two for the bride and groom, and then the car for the incarnation of Christ. So that's coming in one aspect. The 2017 for the dawn rising. Now he's gone behind the moon, Kamala, and he went behind the so-called storm cloud, the dark MAGA, and then that's kind of the sun behind the moon for the eclipse. And this is where we can see and this is where we see people projecting that so-called MAGA movement to gather in the so-called last age. So the 2020 star, that was on 12/21/20. So we could expect something on 12/12/24 for a clock date, and then also the 12/21/24. This is just part of that 24-hour clock, and then that last hour carries over, and that ties into the 25 because you got Eve and then the Adam, or the Adam and then Eve. That's for the 24 and 25, and all the things that we are doing today are built on these times forward. So this is where the Eve is kind of given birth in one way with dark MAGA, and he's the E for the EV, for the electric vehicle. Okay, and he's also part of that Joe and the carpenter. All right, so he's the car guy, and then Joe is part of that, and where they're riding the back of that donkey, the Democrat, or the donkey's back, and then the bad Don and a bad didn't have those keys that they've lured everybody in with. The 2020 Jupiter and Saturn alignment, and then 2023 we saw Venus star. All right, so all these are different signs of the sky, and one was called the Christmas star in 2020, and then 2023 was called the morning star, the evening star, and the star of Bethlehem. So the things that were going on in the world stage and the projection and everything, lining up with the stars that it tells you in Genesis, are given for signs and seasons. So these are our signs. The wise men, they saw the stars in the sky, and you're in those Y time frames as far as approaching the 25 for the Y, the flux capacitor, all right?